Girl, your body is legit. Mama made you thick. Don't know why you wonder why them.
Tina, are you ready for your makeup?
I'm ready.
Are you excited? Woo! Hi guys! Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing my cousin's prom makeup. I'm so excited.
Me too.
She's going to Olivia's prom, so we're gonna make her look fly. Yay! I've never done someone's makeup before properly.
Really?
I'm so scared.
You're not supposed to say that.
No, but I'm actually really scared. So firstly, I'm gonna start with her eyebrows. She's already filled in her brows herself because she's very, very fussy with her brows. They're beautiful. So we just use NT42 and underline her brows. Then we go in with the Dior Concealer to cover any dark patches on her eyelids and to prime for our eyeshadow. So then we set that with Laura Mercier translucent powder. So now we go in with our transition shade, which is an orange colour from MAC, which I always use. As you can see, I'm very easygoing with the brush. I'll literally just fluff it out wherever, just as long as it's in your crease to make a nice transition shade. So now we'll take the Sweet Peach palette and use this burnt orange shade just to make it a little bit darker and go over our crease. So now I'll take this Morphe palette and use this dark brown just to go in further and deepen that. Got a lot of product on the brush and I'm just tapping that into the outer corner of her crease to make it a sort of deepened look. And then you fluff that all together to make sure it's nicely blended. So then I go in with the Dior Concealer again to create a cut crease. And I go very, very carefully with this. As you can see, it will take me ages to do this, especially on someone else, because I want it to be perfect. So yeah. Start cutting out your cut crease, and I always go above their natural eyelid just to open up her eye a little bit more. She's got very small eyelids, really. It was so hard for me because they're a bit smaller than mine, so I just went above her eyelid. And then once that's done, I use my finger, as I've found this is the easiest way to do it and to make a smooth transition into the eyeshadow, and pat that down to make everything blend lovely, so it's not just a straight cut from where you've just ended the concealer on her eyelid. So now we set that cut crease with a colour similar to the concealer from the Morphe palette just to make sure it doesn't crease. And now this is my secret. I use hair gel. So this is Eco Styler gel I'm putting onto her lid. My sister-in-law Suzanne, I've seen her do this with her glitter because I didn't have any glitter glue, and she literally just used hair glue and stuck this down with the glitter. So that's what I do from now when I don't have any glitter glue. So now I just take this glitter from Aria Cosmetics and put that all across her lid where the concealer's been put. If you've got any glitter out, just be careful with it because it may be too much, but literally just be building and building and building layers of the glitter until you're happy with it, and to make sure it's fully covered the lid. This glitter looks so beautiful. I love it. So then I take the dark brown shade again from the Morphe palette and just make sure that transitions nicely with the glitter into the eyeshadow that we've already created. And then once that's done, I go back in with the glitter and make sure obviously it's a smooth transition also. So now to create some depth to her lash line, I didn't want to do a liquid liner because I think that's a bit too much for this prom look. So I used a black eyeshadow and dotted that along her eyelash line to create a smoky eyeliner look. So then I just prime her lashes with some mascara before I put on the falsies. These falsies are just from AliExpress, like £1. We're so proud the lashes worked first time. So now I use my Benefit Professionals primer and put that all over her skin, ready for her foundation application. Then take my Fenty Beauty 310, which is my summer go-to foundation. I absolutely love it. And also mix that with my NARS Illuminator in Hot Sands to create a nice glowy effect underneath her foundation. and just blend that out with a brush. This is the Huda Beauty brush, and I've been loving brushes to blend out foundation recently instead of the beauty blender. So then I go back in with the Dior Concealer just to start to highlight areas of her face, the usual areas that I always do, so under each eye. And then on the bridge of the nose, the forehead. She's got a mini forehead compared to me, so not as much. And then underneath the cheekbones.
Sticks out.
No.
But if you look at the side,
Tina, look at my forehead. Are you crazy?
She's crazy. So now we just blend that under eye out with the Beauty Blender and set that with the Laura Mercier translucent powder. So as you know, I always blend one eye and then set one eye, and that's the same technique I'm going to use on Tina. And also we need to combat those granny lines, okay? I could see them forming, so also set your granny lines and make sure there's no creases there, because they are literally the worst. So now I take my LA Girl concealer in Fawn and use that to contour and chisel her gorgeous little face. So just along her cheekbones, her jawline, and all around her forehead, and on both sides of her nose. So I just use a buffer brush and blend that out. And when you're doing this, don't worry about the powder that's set. It will naturally just come off, and you don't want to look too cakey, so it's a perfect time to get it gently brushed off while you're sorting out her contour. I just use a smaller brush to contour her nose a little bit more precisely. And now I just wipe off all of the excess powder from the highlighter. So I use MAC Dark Deep to set my contour, which I've just put in place with a big fluffy brush. And then I go in with MAC Gold Deposit for the highlight, which is a lovely golden highlight, and place that on all areas which you just want to pop. And because it's her prom, she's doing a glitter look, I just want her to stand out. So I do her nose, her cheekbones.
Why do I feel it?
oh my god, what the hell is that? No, what is it? Oh my god, wait.
What is that?
2 hours later.
No! We just saw the weirdest fly I've ever seen in my life. It was so weird. I don't even think it's real.
What was that?
I don't know what it was.
So then yeah, let's continue with the highlight after we get attacked by a beast from my garden. So then I go in with this sleek palette. This palette is amazing for highlight. You need the tiniest bit and it will send you glowing, glazed, everything. So then I put that on her cupid's bow, her chin, and all areas. And then I use the MAC Peaches blush, which is my ultimate favorite. I'm so glad I found this to just make her have a little bit of a cute pink cheek there. Then I take my Magic palette by Juvia's Place and use this orange shade just underneath her eye. And then use the bigger end of my brush to blend that out and make it a little bit of a smoky eye underneath. So then I go back in with that sleek highlighter that I used before and put that in her tear ducts. And then finally go in with the Benefit mascara underneath her eye.
I'm gonna No, ruined it. No, I'm gonna get.
So literally to fix these issues, just use a dry cotton bud and try to take it off. That's what I always do. It literally broke my heart. And then just go back in with the foundation brush you used with the remaining product which already on there, and try and blend that into the rest of her foundation, and then add a little bit of highlighter for where it came off also. And voila, it never happened. So obviously because we've done the under eye mascara, sometimes it can go onto underneath our eyes and we don't want that. So we'll brush that away with the powder brush. So now I will use my MAC cork liner for her beautiful, luscious lips. And we'll just line the outsides. And now I'll go in with my MAC Cherish lipstick, which is my ultimate go-to nude, and just fill in our lips. And now I'll take this lip gloss from ELF and put that all over her lips. You could leave it matte, but obviously I'm a gloss girl. I just love glossy lips, so it's got to be done.
Look how good she looks.
Beauty!
Trust me.
How is your mom?
She's good, yeah.
Good. Oh, your hair is absolutely gorgeous.
It looks so
Did you
good.
film it?
Yeah, look.
Oh,
You're not in it.
okay. You're not in it. Can you make sure you do his hair nice as well? The eyebrow, the eyelashes, the
I'm
lips.
just straightening it.
So then just to straighten her hair, she'd already blow dried it and straightened it lightly herself before, but it got a bit frizzy, you know how it is, mixed race struggles. So now I'm just going to section her hair into two and then straighten the section that's in front of me, drop down another little section, straighten that, and continue until her forehead's gone through, like literally nothing very special. So now for the front, I take a little bit of a smaller comb to make sure it's really straight, and to get the shape at the front I just curl the straighteners outwards so it goes nicely and falls nicely around her cute little face. So then I go in with this non-frizz spray, which I'll put in the description, but when I used to have straight hair, this used to save me from humidity. So
I don't even feel like myself.
And then I'm just adding a bit of argan oil to her hair because you don't want no dry hair. And then finally just a bit of hairspray on her parting and at the front to make sure it just stays in place.
Yay! I'm so happy!
Yeah.
So this is the finished product. I love it. We're ready.
Very nice.
So
oh, goodness me. You're
So-
absolutely
Thanks,
stunning.
Sophie.
Thank you guys so much for watching. My little baby, she looked so gorgeous. Seeing her confidence blossom inside herself, she felt so confident, and that's what I love about makeup. So thank you so much for watching. Remember to comment, like and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video.
Face in your water.